Welcome everybody to SlabStox Investing 101 podcast and video. I'm your host Nate, and today we are going to be covering the Bowman Chrome market. So last time we covered Topps Chrome Update, and Topps Chrome Sapphire. The time before that we covered Topps Flagship, which is Topps Series 1, Topps Series 2, and Topps Update. Today we are going to be covering Bowman Chrome. Before we get into that, I just want to drop a little bit of what we're doing lately. If you haven't seen the news, SlabStox is dropping our own analytics platform where you will be able to track price trends, buy and sell through eBay, through the platform. So you never have to, it's powered by eBay, but you never have to leave our platform. So you can look at the trend price for a LeBron James rookie, and then you'll be able to see the cards underneath and buy it instantly there if you want it. You'll be able to track your cards in a portfolio section and get live up to the minute pricing on that. So a lot of very nice little things combining together to make one pretty powerful website. We're coming out with that later this summer, so please get excited for that. If you haven't done so already, you can go pre-register on our website at slabstox.com/slabstox, and you'll get entered to get information about the website, and then you'll be warned when it's ready to go. And if you enter now, you'll get entered for a BGS 9.5 Zion Williamson rookie card. Pretty nice giveaway there. So go pre-register if you haven't already. Now, on to our video today. Again, Bowman Chrome. Bowman Chrome Baseball comes out in the Chrome autographs, that is. We're not talking regular parallels. We're just talking autographs for the most part today. And talking prospect autographs, not rookie either. And so it comes out in 3 installments. Bowman Baseball, which usually comes out in April. Bowman Chrome, which usually comes out end of the year, August, somewhere around there. And then Bowman Draft, which comes out in December. These 3 installments all have Bowman Chrome autographs. There's no differentiation between them. So even if you buy Bowman Baseball, it will still have Bowman Chrome autos for the prospects. And if you buy Bowman Chrome, it'll have Bowman Chrome autos. And if you buy Bowman Draft, the autos will be Bowman Chrome. It is my favorite product. I love prospecting. If you don't know anything about it, you know the minor leagues, they get their first cards, their first autos well before they hit the majors. And then you can buy in and you can watch your player go from A ball to, high A to double A to triple A. And it's a pretty fun experience. And then, you can sell at any point. So you don't have to wait for your guy to hit the majors before you sell your card. You could buy into Julio Rodriguez in A ball and watch him tear the cover off of triple A next year. And you're like, I don't really know if I want him to sell while he's in the majors, so I'll sell in triple A right now. Various stages you can sell at, or you can watch them all the way through to the majors. Makes the minor league season a little bit more enjoyable. If you invest in certain guys, you find yourself checking minor league scores every single day to see how they did. Just a really kind of fun way to connect with minor league baseball that most of us won't have a way of doing otherwise. Especially if you don't live somewhere where there is a minor league baseball stadium. Like in Milwaukee here, there's the Brewers, but the closest minor league team is in Appleton or Beloit, which are not overly close. It's not too far away, but not overly close. So Bowman Chrome prospect autos are my favorite thing. It's the thing that caused me to fall in love with cards again. I love trying to find that next guy. I love trying to take a guy that's undervalued and be like, hey, this is the guy that I think is going to explode. And, sometimes I'm wrong. I didn't believe in Pete Alonso, right? And Pete Alonso tore the cover off the baseball. And sometimes I'm right. Josiah Gray was a $3 auto last year. And he got traded to the Dodgers from the Reds. And I said, Aaron, this is a guy that I'm really curious in because he has no experience pitching except for his junior year of college. He's going to a team with really good developmental system there that the Dodgers have, and he's basically a lump of clay that can be molded, whereas most pitchers come in and they already have bad tendencies or good tendencies. He pretty much should have had no tendencies with only 1 year of pitching under his belt, and I was like, the Dodgers should be able to mold him. Sure enough, he went from $3 to $26 an auto because he was amazing. I don't know what they're at right now, and that's not the point. The point is that Bowman Chrome is my favorite investment, but also just cards in general. I really love it. It's my favorite thing to open. If I was rich enough to open it, prices have gone pretty insane here. Last time I checked, it was $325 for a hobby box, which is absurd. You get one auto in there. For Bowman Baseball that just came out, obviously the Jason Dominguez hype is behind that. But still, prices aside, a great product, very fun to open, and very fun to track the guys that you get out of the product. So let's dive right into Bowman Chrome. We're using Bowman Chrome loosely. It could be from Bowman Baseball, Bowman Draft, or Bowman Chrome, but we'll jump into the parallels here. So like we did last time with Topps Chrome and Topps Flagship, we're not covering base. There's base autos for everyone. And, you know, sometimes they're very expensive. If you get a base PSA 10 of Ronald Acuna Jr. from 2016, you're sitting on, or 2017, 2016, 2016, you're sitting on like $2,000 some dollars. If you get a base auto of Dylan Unsworth, which I got from like a box of 2015 Bowman way back in the day, maybe 2014 Bowman, you're sitting on like 2 cents. You know, it's all kind of a crapshoot there, but really, really fun. So we're not covering base, but we will go on to the rest of the parallels. And the first parallel we want to cover is Refractors out of $4.99. This is one of the most popular parallels, and it should be. Refractors came out way back in 2001. They were numbered to 500 back then instead of $4.99. I prefer the $4.99. It makes it feel a little bit more exclusive. 500 is a big round number. You see the 5 in front, and you're like, ooh, that's a lot. $4.99, not so much. The same thing with 99. Greens out of 99 just feel a little bit more rare than Atomic out of 100, and so on and so forth down the line. Panini does a good job of this where they number their cards 149 instead of 150. I wish Topps would do that. Make a blue out of 149 feel a little bit more exclusive than it is. Anyways, Refractor, $4.99. Definitely one of the most popular cards. They look really good. It's got the rainbow foil, if you haven't seen it before. And just a nice all-around card. Not overly exciting when you pull one, but not too bad. You definitely don't want a Refractor as your color coming out of the box. Usually if you get a HTA box or a jumbo box, usually you get like one color. Sometimes you get more, but usually you get at least one color. And if a Refractor is your color, it's a little disappointing. Number 2 on the list is purple out of 250. 2012 was the first year that purples came out, but they were numbered to 10 back then. And they were numbered to 10 for a while until 2015, when they changed the number to 250 for purple. Purple not as exciting as the Refractors or the blues or, you know, golds, numbers that have been around for a while. Purple hasn't been around that long, but it's still a solid card if you can pull one of the right guy. Number 3 on the list is blue out of 150. Blue, for my money, is probably, I mean, for a high numbered card, is probably the most popular. They're more popular than greens. They're more popular than blacks. Blacks come out of draft, and definitely more popular than purples and Refractors. Blues have been around since 2005. They're one of the original cards. Obviously, Refractors original, gold's original, but blues as close as you can get to original in this set for high number cards. Blues look great. Blues really pop when you have like a Gavin Lux in a blue Dodgers jersey along with the blue background. Spectacular looking card. Not much more else you can say about that besides the fact that it looks really good. Greens out of 99. This is a retail-only product nowadays in Bowman, where the only way you can get it is from ripping retail. So 2020 Bowman, you won't be finding Jason Dominguez green in hobby boxes, but you'll be finding it in retail packs. Greens out of 99. It first came out in 2014. It was numbered to 75, and then 2015 was the first year it was numbered to 99. So they had it briefly for 1 year where it was numbered differently, and then 2015 onward, it's been numbered to 99. Greens, not as popular as blues. Look up any number of guys, and you'll find that the blue and the green is pretty stinking similar in price. There might be a little price discrepancy for the green above the blue, but it's not very big. It's not as big as you'd expect for a card that has 51 less print run. And that just has to do with, you know, the newness of it. People really like their original colors, and green is definitely not one of those. Purple is not one of those. But the refractors, the blues, the golds, the reds, the supers, and to an extent the oranges are of that group. Next on the list is black. Now I'm covering black because it is one of the main colors in Bowman Draft. It's numbered to 75, but it only comes out in Draft. So you will not find blacks for Chrome or Bowman Baseball. So like Wander Franco, no black. And most of the international guys, Julio Rodriguez, Marco Luciano, or Elvis Martinez, Noelvi Marte, any of those guys, they won't have blacks. But Adley Rutschman, Brett Beatty, Keston Hiura, those types of guys, they'll have black autos out of 75. Not a very sought-after parallel, but a nice way for somebody to get a low-numbered parallel on the cheap instead of paying a premium for a gold, per se. Black came out in 2013, and it was from 2013 to 2015, it was numbered to 35. And then 2016 onwards, they changed the number to 75. So if you're looking for certain guys, Chris Bryant comes to mind. For a guy that was in 2013 to 2015 product, his black will be numbered to 35, whereas 2016 onward is 75. So just remember that if you're looking for guys later on years or earlier years. Gold out of 50 is the next number. This is, for my money, probably the most popular. People love gold. They love it. They love it. They love it. They love it. The first year this came out was 2002. So for a while there, it was refractors and gold, along with X-fractors. X-fractor autos are a thing that came out in the early 2000s. Almost right away. I believe it was 2002 along with gold, but X-fractor autos came out, and they've been numbered to 225 and 250, and I believe even 275. They disappeared. I was going to look this up. I think it was maybe 2010, 2009, something like that. They stopped making X-fractor autos, but they were there. They were an original with refractor and gold. So gold is one of the original colors, numbered to 50. Extremely nice. You get a gold of the right guy, well, of any guy really, and it's selling for decent money. You could even get a trash prospect and still get probably 30, 40 bucks for him, even if it's just absolutely the wrong guy. But if you get the right guy, and this goes for orange, obviously, and red and super refractor, it's huge, huge, huge money. I can't even imagine what a Ronald Acuna Jr. gold PSA 10 would go for, but it's got to be huge money. The next one on the list is orange out of 25. Orange out of 25. This came out in 2006. Oranges look really, really nice. They are hobby exclusives, so you cannot find them in retail or jumbo boxes. It's just in hobby. And there's not much else to say about orange. It's a really nice card. It's a really low numbered card. People love them. It's just a little bit older or newer than the golds or the refractors or the blues or reds or supers. And speaking of reds and supers, reds numbered to 5, came out in 2005. Extremely nice, extremely hard to get your hands on. If you have that, that's the type of card that you probably hold on to instead of sell if you're trying to personally collect, because that is the cream of the crop. You guys just saw Mike Trout's 2009 Bowman Chrome auto. Out of 5, red, sold for $900,000. I believe that was Vegas Dave's. So many of you will know Vegas Dave one way or the other. Many people don't like him, but that's neither here nor there. He sold his card and he got $900,000 for it. So impressive there. And then obviously the Super Refractor numbered to 1, which is also owned by Vegas Dave from Mike Trout. So that's where we're at there. But Super Refractors came out in 2005. Super, super fun to pull. I've seen very few Super Refractors from Bowman pulled in my life. I saw a Matthew Allen last year, non-auto, because he didn't have autos in 2019 draft pulled. Otherwise, I don't think I've seen any other supers. Super rare, obviously, and a very fun card, and a very nice card to hold on to if you can get your hands on pretty much any guy, or a nice card to buy really cheap for a guy that's on your team that isn't very good. Years and years and years down the line, you can probably get a name any random Brockholt, a Brockholt super refractor for super cheap that you would not be able to get otherwise because he's just an average player. So super refractors are nice. Not much else to say about them. Number 1, you all know the deal. Now there is a little bit of a bonus section here, so there's some things that I'd be remiss to not cover in this section for Bowman Chrome. There's various things that we did not cover in this list of the refractor: purple, green, blue, green, black, gold, orange, red, and supers, and that is variations of those. So there are 2 variations that you'll see every single year, and that is shimmers and waves. Shimmers and waves come out in different assortments of colors every year. They don't sell as well. So, you know, depending on the year, you may have blue shimmers or waves, green shimmers or waves, gold, orange, red shimmers or waves, and occasionally a black wave, which is numbered to 1. It's not in every single set, but it is in some. Pretty sweet. And then they also had black waves in earlier years, in 2013, 2014, for example. So you may find black waves there. They are both worse selling products than their solid colored counterparts. So, for example, Jason Dominguez green, solid green, sold for $1,850 on June 26th. On the same day, June 26th, a green shimmer sold for $1,425. So that is a $425 difference, even though the cards are numbered the same, because one is a solid green and one is a green shimmer. So remember that. A cheap way to get into a low-numbered card, just like black is a cheaper way to get in, shimmers and wave cards are a cheaper way to get in. You should be able to see the shimmer and the wave difference on the video right now. You know, there's shimmer has a kind of a sparkly look to it, I guess you'd say, and wave has that wavy line look through the card. It's a cheap way to get into cards that you normally wouldn't buy. You know, you might be able to get a red shimmer for $300, and if the regular red goes for $500 type of thing. So if you want a card out of 5 but can't afford the real thing, this is a cheap way to get in. But just remember that if you're expecting it to sell as much as the regular red, or if you pull it from a product and you get an orange wave, don't expect it to sell for as much as the regular orange. And then there's a couple other things that I should mention. Some years don't match up. Specifically, I'm thinking about Juan Soto. You'll notice that his red out of 5 auto is one thing, but then his red shimmer auto out of 5 is numbered to, or red shimmer auto. His red shimmer auto is not numbered to 5, it's numbered to 10. And so I don't know how many years this happens, but 2016 is one of the years. So keep your eyes out for that. Don't just assume that you're seeing a red shimmer and you're like, oh, that's out of 5. You may get burned. Could be out of 10 there. And especially for earlier years, you know, we talked about the blacks earlier. You'll see a black and say, oh, it's out of 75. Nope, 35 for years 2013 to 2015. So keep your eyes on that. And then there's a couple other parallels that I haven't talked about. They're not the original parallels or the solid color parallels, and they change from year to year, but we'll bring them up now. And that is Speckle out of $2.99. Speckle comes out in Bowman and Bowman Chrome. You'll see it for, you know, Wander Franco has a Speckle out of $2.99, but then they have Sparkle, looks pretty similar, numbered to 71, and that comes out of draft. So like Adley Rutschman will have a out of 71 Sparkle, Wander Franco will have out of a $2.99 Speckle. They look similar, but they're different cards. And then you also have Atomic Autos out of 100 that come out of certain sets. Not every year has Atomic Autos, but a lot of years do. They, like greens, not as highly sought after. And then also, for some years, there were green Atomic Autos. So it looked like the Atomic Auto, but it was green and it was numbered to 99. Not overly sought after either. And then along those lines, lastly, you have Mojo Autos from Bowman Mega Boxes, which can come in a various assortment of colors. Base, obviously, and then blue, and you've got orange, and you've got green, gold. You know, they come in all colors, and they are also not as sought after. They're very nice cards, and I think they're probably a little bit more exciting than like your Atomics or your Speckles, but they're not huge cards. But if you're buying a Bowman Mega Box, you're not going to frown at the idea of getting a Jason Dominguez Mojo Auto, right? And then just a quick thing on non-autos here before we call it quits on this SlabStox Investing 101 video for Bowman Chrome is that non-autos will have all of these parallels we talked about, refractors and purples and blues and greens and golds and orange and reds and supers. But they also have different colors that don't come in auto variations, and so you'll get aqua out of 125. If you get some of those, you know, the right guy, obviously, big time card. When I was working at Brewtown Trading, there was a guy that just took the autos and wasn't going to take any of the other cards. I was like, well, why don't we look through these other cards? And he's like, all right. And there was a Adley Rushman Aqua, non-auto, but an Aqua in there. I was like, dude, you got to take that. That's just throwing away money. So keep your eyes out for Aqua. There's Sky Blue. It's numbered differently depending on the year and the product. For example, 2018 draft was numbered to 402 for Sky Blue, and 2017 draft was numbered to 399. So keep your eyes out for that. And then also last year for Bowman Baseball, they had yellows out of 75. I believe they had 2020, they had yellows out of 75. Non-auto variation there for Bowman Baseball last year in 2019, but a nice card nonetheless. I happened to pull a Vlad Guerrero out of 75 for that. So autos, non-autos, Bowman Chrome is a great product. Very fun to rip, very fun to follow along with the minor leagues. So I hope this video helped you out a little bit on, you know, what variations you're looking at and what years you're looking at for those variations. I have one last tidbit of information for you, or a suggestion, is that if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, I want to get into Bowman Chrome, but you have never bought into Bowman Chrome, I urge you to stop. Number one, because there's no minor league season this year, so these cards are not going to be moving. So I wouldn't invest into Bowman Chrome right now. I'd wait till next off season. But I urge you to stop and just study up. Don't just dive right into the Bowman Chrome market. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn about the prospects. There's a lot to learn about the players and the fields they play on and the leagues they play on. You know, the Pacific Coast League in AAA is way harder, or way easier to hit in than it is to hit in the Carolina League for High A. Much more difficult league to hit in. So if you have pitchers that are pitching really well in High A, they might get eaten alive in AAA. And you might have guys that are just tearing the cover off in AAA Pacific Coast League that get called up to the majors, and then they stink, and you're like, what the heck? I've lost all this money now. So there's a lot of things to understand about the minor leagues before you jump 2 feet into the prospect pool. So I'd urge you to study up, talk to whoever you can, read whoever you can, and go from there. Anyways, thank you all for listening to this SlabStox Investing 101 Bowman Chrome Prospect Auto Podcast. I appreciate you all listening in, tuning in. I hope this has been helpful, and I will talk to you again next time.